FEMA recommends that everyone prepare, plan, and stay informed for emergencies. Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, member Anne Marie Barachevsky of New Jersey shares her recommendations to prepare for emergencies and her Superstorm Sandy experiences.
My name is Anne Marie Barachevsky. I represent the New Jersey Association of the Deaf and also the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Community Emergency Preparedness. I'm the coordinator. And also, I'm a Hurricane Sandy survivor.
What kinds of things did you do to prepare for the storm?
Well, first of all, I kept my eyes on what was going on with the Weather Channel. So I was making sure that I kept track of all the updates to see if it was going to miss us or if it was going to move away or come here. And then I want to make sure that I'd be ready for any evacuation. And then my brother and sister members of CERT and I talked about whether we got everything ready. Then we disseminated that information by getting in touch with people to ask if they knew where to go, if they needed to buy any of the things they needed, water, and make sure that everybody was ready. And then I wanted to make sure that people knew where they needed to go, to see if they had a place to go, and if they didn't, was there offered different places for people to go and stay. Then we needed to make sure that we didn't have things near the walls and windows, that there weren't any chairs outside, that those umbrellas were in, that things weren't left over by being outside, so we cleaned up.
Is there anything specific in your kit that you would recommend others to have?
Okay, well, the important part is that to me is that the Red Cross radio is there, and I'll show you what that looks like. I have it right here. So it's got a battery inside of it, and you can attach your cell phone to it, and then you can charge your cell phone. You just have to crank it up. So when all the electricity was gone, I used that as a backup, so when the power was out, this was a very important part of my kit. Also in my kit, in the bag, I had a hard hat, a vest, and some gloves, and I had a mask, latex gloves, and a mask, and various other things with me that I held ready with me in the car. So the reason why I really rely on this battery and keep it with me is because, like other deaf and hard of hearing people, I rely very heavily on my cell phone to keep in touch with the community and family and other people and make sure that people are prepared where they live and other places during the disaster. During the superstorm, this was my way of being able to charge up my phone so I could keep in touch, contact people through email, use the internet. Without that, there was no other way I could keep in touch with people and find out what was going on because the power was out. So really, I used it to email and text messages, and my computer was fully destroyed. So I'm really dependent quite heavily on my cell phone, and that's very important for other deaf and hard of hearing people as well.
From your experience going through the storm, is there anything that you would do differently now?
That's a good question, yes. I really regret one thing, and that is I didn't turn off my electricity. Everything was wet, the power was still on, and everything got destroyed. My computer, my TV. I mean, it would have been safe if it hadn't been plugged in, I think. So that, I think, is best from now on, to make sure that everything is turned off. The gas, the electric, everything that we have, that would be a better way to protect the house, and then there wouldn't be such serious damage. So that was my one regret, my biggest regret. But you know, we didn't realize we went through it. So that was the mistake that I made, but now I would know what to do.
Tell us about your family communication plan.
Well, my family are all deaf, and my brother who lives with me is deaf as well, so he had a friend that he stayed with, and I had another friend that I stayed with, and I let my family know where he was going and where I was going. It's important that if something happened, that we would let them know that we were safe, that we could get through and communicate with them, especially through texting, and make sure that there was open information. So that was very important.
What are the 3 most important things to remember during a storm?
Okay, the first thing that is really important with your family and friends, whoever you're with, to make sure that you stay together and stay in the house. Don't give in to the temptation of going outside. Be patient and stay in the house. Second is to make sure you have a kit ready that has all the resources you need, like batteries, radio, charger, water, food, different things that you're going to need if you're going to be staying inside for a few days. And the third thing is that if you have a cell phone, to text and find out when you can go outside, when it's safe. when the storm is done to get updates on the weather. So these three things are extremely important. So you really have to be patient and bear with it. Don't just go out when you think it's okay. Make sure that you're patient.
In conclusion,
So also, I'm the Community Emergency Response Team CERT member, and I'm certified as that. And it's very important for the deaf and hard of hearing people in the state, especially if they live by water, to make sure that they have the knowledge, information to make a plan, and predict what to do if the weather were to hit, to know how to evacuate, to teach people how to turn off the gas or electricity, to make sure that people have the education to teach them. Maybe they could even join a CERT program. New Jersey Office of Emergency Management is great. They provide interpreters who really support that program. So I think it's very important that people in this state, help other professionals like firemen and the police, that in these times of big disasters that the training is very important for the deaf and hard of hearing communities. So it's important to think about that.
www.fema.gov and www.ready.gov.